back to In Your City Show. We have the beautiful Angel Magasano. She is the founder and CEO of LBB, better known as Little Black Book of Women in Business. I found this company, or maybe Angel found me probably 10 years ago. And it's funny how time goes, and over the years, you just kind of keep running into each other. And she was kind enough to have me speak at a luncheon, and then I just madly fell in love with the organization and can't get enough of it now. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I mean, you have built such an amazing organization and helped so many women to find themselves, to have more courage, and to be a better person. I mean, what were you doing one day when all of a sudden you're like, I think I'm going to put all my energy and try to get a bunch of women together that are entrepreneurs and see what I can do? And how did this come about?
Well, what I was doing was I was floundering in business. I was a corporate marketing person who took a step out of the corporate world to be a stay-at-home mother. During that time,
very important.
Oh my gosh, it was the best time, so important, and such a great learning experience for my life. But during that time, I started a hobby business, and I was a cake designer, and I was. Oh, good.
Yeah,
let me tell you.
We want a cake, by the way.
Let me tell you, I was really good at it.
Cake.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's my retirement plan. Okay. The more I think about it, it might be my retirement plan. But it was a hobby business, and I never really saw it as a business journey, but it really was turning into that, and I was starting to get some national recognition for wedding cake design, and I just didn't know how to run the business side of the business. I knew how to market it, and Facebook was brand new back at that time, so that was a great new tool to market this cake business, but I didn't know how to run the business. So I started to just reach out in my local network to see who was running a business, whether they were a solopreneur or they were running like a chiropractic firm, who can help me on the back end run this business and share their best practices with me so I can run this cake business as business. And so that's how it started.
Wow. It was you wanting to learn how to run a business.
Right.
I thought there's probably so many other people out there that are in the same position, right?
It was not only that, I had something to share. I had skills to share that I knew other people didn't have, and I was lacking in so many skills I knew that people could share with me, and I just didn't know how to scale in that way. But the other part of it was that I was also a stay-at-home mom. So I had all of the duties of what it was like to be a home manager. I was running the home and the children and their schedules, and my husband at the time, his schedule, and all of the things. And I needed to be surrounded by women who could understand what I was going through. I'm trying to be taken seriously as a business owner, not knowing what I don't know, and also still be loyal to my family.
Yeah, yeah. And do you find that sometimes when we're in business, even though there's technology and everything that we might have now, there's still so much to know and to be able to grow your business? Yeah,
I feel like it changes all the time, and I've been doing this now for 12 years, and there are still so many things that I don't know. When it comes to technology, certainly that changes quickly, and having updates with that is so important. But there are still some fundamentals, I think, that even a 10-year veteran in business can learn.
Yeah.
I know Kelly takes care of all of our social media stuff, and I see her on there 10 hours a day almost to just take care of that. And then you got to run a business on top of it. It's tough to do. So when you started Little Black Book, at what point, when you started it, how many years did it take before it really took off? Well,
I can give you a specific example. It took 10 years. I spent a lot of years hustling. I spent a lot. When we first met, and God love it, it was through Streetscape magazine, which was a lifestyle magazine in St. Charles County at the time. And back at that time, I was really hustling, and I would hustle to the Chamber of Commerce. I would hustle through any networking opportunity that there was in the area. I was there, and I networked so much, I was probably networking myself out of a job because I wasn't spending any time on the business development. But it took 10 years for me to grow the business to a place where we are operating in 10 communities. And then this year alone, I've been able to onboard another 5 communities. So it's taken me 12 months to onboard 50% of what it took me 10 years to do. So at this point, there's recognition, there's credibility. credibility. There's a history where, you know, there's a proven track record. And so now our growth is really explosive. And people say, oh my gosh, this happened overnight. It didn't. Like, I've cried in bed. I cried in bed for a number of years,
so many people see everybody's successes and they think, oh wow, it's so easy for you. No, they don't see it. It's like,
That's
you know,
right.
They don't know
it's
where
like
it
the
was
little,
to start.
it's like the picture of the iceberg. You see the little bitty iceberg on top,
it's
and
exactly
underneath it,
like
it's
that.
just this giant thing that, you know.
It's absolutely true. I remember you telling a story, because a lot of times we're so fearful, excuse me, of starting a business, or, you know, you have to put some money into it or something like that. And I remember you telling the story. She was absolutely terrified. She's telling the story about spending $100 on an employee, I think a month maybe.
That's right.
To take $100 out of your pay and put it towards someone else to help you was terrifying. And you took that step, you did it. And I mean, now of course, you know, things have changed so much since then, but it is quite scary when you have to take that leap to do something, no matter how much it is, to take that out, you know?
Yeah.
You got to do it.
That is the hardest $100 I ever spent, and also the best $100 I ever spent.
Yes.
But I do think when you come into being a business owner from a place where I came from the corporate world, so I was no stranger to business, but I was a stranger to running a business. Right. And so I think that's where people get frustrated, because they start with maybe the marketing piece and visibility and exposure, and they need to be out there and they need to, you know, be seen, but they don't have the backbone of the bookkeeping in place, you know, which is really the financial end, is really the foundation. Because if you don't know where your money is coming from and where your money is going to, then
it can just be gone.
It can just be gone. And then your passion just fizzles out and turns into resentment.
You know what I love about your organization is the fact that, from what I've seen, is how the support that you guys have.
Yes.
For each other.
Supporting each other.
Yeah, because, you know, there's, and I'm not cutting them down or anything, but there's chambers and stuff like that, and everybody goes to chamber meetings and does this and does that, but there's no after support usually. And there's so much support afterwards. Like, you go to each other's events, you post each other's stuff on social media, you're there.
Women really building women.
Right.
Yeah, there's an authenticity to the entire organization and the members that join it. We really do attract a different type of woman who is authentic in their giving self, meaning they're ready to, you know, celebrate somebody else's success and help them get there along the way. And I think that's just the emotional intelligence that women have that is the point of difference from something like a chamber of commerce or a mixed, you know, co-ed organization. You know, women just have that bond.
I just see how much you guys add value to each other.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you for that.
So speaking of added value, before we don't want to run out of time here, to make sure, because you do give back so much, and right now there's so many events that you do throughout the year that everyone is doing for one another and having, but you have this incredible event, which one of the fun events coming up is the luncheon, where your favorite thing, which is so fun, where we all bring our favorite gift, and everyone, all the women.
Me?
No, I have burden wrapped.
She has a $20 cap, so I don't think she.
Cap, so,
yeah, a lot more expensive.
It may be more expensive than that. But the other big event that we're looking forward to is the BrrrBASH Bash, and that's your holiday event where you for Toys for Tots. So how can we be involved, and tell us about that event? Yeah,
so BrrrBASH Bash as a campaign is a 45-day collective community toy drive. So this year we're working with over 350 independent businesses to collect on behalf of the BrrrBASH toy drive. Which is very exciting, super exciting. And then those toys are all brought to the gala, which you'll be at when the BrrrBASH Gala is happening in December. And we celebrate that night. The gala is all about celebrating the community give back and support that we've been able to give to not only Toys for Tots, but other nonprofit organizations in the area. But the contribution that we have with Toys for Tots is significant. Last year, we donated 20,000 toys in the greater St. Louis region.
Yeah.
For the last 3 years, we filled a semi-truck trailer. So based on the numbers, the 2000 statistics of Toys for Tots and the need that presents in the St. Louis region versus the amount of toys that they collect, without our contribution, they would not be able to fill the need. Wow. So it is so important for people to give that toy, because toys to children represent imaginative play and creative critical thinking skills. So it's just it's an it's an important piece in their development.
Well, thank you so much for all that you do. If someone is interested in being part of the Little Black Book of Women in Business, how do they go about doing that besides the people I introduce you by email?
Yeah, right? If you know Kelly, ask her. For everybody else, that's right. I won't give out your phone number. Anybody else, we have online presence at womenoflbb.com. We also have social media presence on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, so you can find us just about anywhere.
And how many women are in the organization?
520.
Wow, that's incredible. That's a lot of women and a great group of women to be around. So Angel Magasano, thank you so much, President and CEO, founder of LBB, Little Black Book of Women in Business. We appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.